I'm David Kitchen, a.k.a. Soccer Dave, joined by the one, the only Mr. Tuttle05, one of the co-founders. You see the big checks in his background. Also, he's got the little hoodie on, representing the Swolecast well. And
Podcast.
Mr. Evan Silva from rotoworld.com. And we've got back from a 3-hour tour, Gilligan Davis Mattek joins us. Davis, welcome, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, David.
How long did it take you to hitchhike to your home to get where you are right now?
Well, I had the dog with me, and people really love dogs, so it wasn't too hard.
All right, we want to thank our sponsor, Harry's. Harry's renewed their sponsorship, so they must.
Can I still do No Shave November, even though Harry's is sponsoring us?
Sure. Really, are people going to be able to tell?
I look like a baby because of Harry's.
Tuttle, you never look. You shaved this morning. There's no chance. It's like you're the hairy one out of all three of us. Look at Silva.
I know. Yeah. So, can you grow a beard, Silva?
I'm just setting NBA lineups.
He has no clue what's going on right now. We've got you enter promo code SWOLE, you get a free aftershave balm kit, and you get like a free kit. And if you're like me, Silva, or Davis, that kit can last you like 3 months. So just go ahead and sign up and use promo code SWOLE. I mean, it's like a nice razor. It's like a full tube of shaving cream, and then the aftershave balm with promo code SWOLE. All right, let's get to week 9. Let's talk about the overall roster construction, how things are going to be. It seems like there's like a lot of chalk.
Yeah, there's like one team you can play this week.
Yeah, it's kind of a boring week.
And so it's going to be a chalky week. So that means the Swolecast is going to be an exciting week because we're going to go outside the box. Like if there's 1 week.
Are we?
If there's 1 week for Davis to tout Chris Conley, this might be the week.
Oh gosh! Yeah, now that there's actually a decent quarterback throwing him the ball.
I mean, I'm on the official record saying that the Chiefs score 35 points, but I learned my lesson touting Chris Conley.
All right, can we get on Team Tyreek Hill then?
I think they might give him like 3 or 4 carries this week.
I forget whose stat it was, but they said whoever the quarterback as far as the quarterback that throws it to a receiver, Tyreek Hill has made them the best passer rating. I wish I could remember who that was. But, yeah, definitely this Chiefs situation is interesting. The Charger situation, also interesting. And then we have the Saints. So let's talk about a little bit of injury news, Silva. What do you think is the biggest question mark right now?
For the Saints?
For anybody, really. I mean, you have Michael Thomas, obviously, for the Saints, but for the Chargers and the Chiefs now.
I love Michael Thomas, too. I mean, I played him in Thursday Cash. Hopefully he's okay.
Hey, we agree on something.
Yeah.
Silva Insurance.
Tyrell Williams and Travis Benjamin's injuries concern me. I love Tyrell's price and his outlook in this game, but the injury concerns me. I don't think it's a good bet that Carlos Hyde plays. I don't think it's a good bet that Randall Cobb plays, just based on all the latest rhetoric from those teams. Ty Montgomery off the injury report, T.Y. Hilton off the injury report.
All right, let's talk about Hunter Henry, this Charger situation. You've got Benjamin banged up, Tyrell Williams banged up. Hunter Henry's not going to play. I think that's official. Antonio Gates narrative week.
I mean, he's an easy play on DraftKings for 3,000.
Because before I didn't know who I was going to play on DraftKings at tight end. I was like Eric Ebron potentially spending up for Greg Olsen. And now you got Antonio Gates. I want to hear it from the man himself, Evan Silva, who loves the Antonio Gates narrative.
Now, Silva's on Barnage again, of course.
Man. Barnage was close to 2 TDs last week. Of course it doesn't happen. Yeah, I mean, Antonio Gates, no Hunter Henry. His snap rates have been climbing for 5 straight games. He leads the Chargers in targets in back-to-back weeks. Both of the wide receivers are banged up. The Titans have been smashed by tight ends in 2 straight games, the Jack Doyle game. And then last week, I mean, they gave up like 10 catches to the Jaguars tight ends. So can Antonio Gates crack a 5-flat 40? No, but he has as good a shot at a touchdown, I think, as any tight end on this slate. And at 3,000 on DraftKings, I mean, I think you plug him in and play him. And I think that he's a great pivot off of Kyle Rudolph on FanDuel. Everybody will be on Kyle Rudolph at 5,000, as they should be, because he's a great play. But Antonio Gates, I think, offers multi-score upside.
And I'm on team play Greg Olsen on FanDuel. We'll talk about that later. Let's talk about quarterback. Let's just dive right into it. You've got your chalky options. Go ahead and lay it out for him, Dan.
Well, believe it or not, I think Kaepernick's actually going to be the chalk on DraftKings.
I don't think he is, though.
Wait, seriously?
I don't think he's going to be the chalk.
I think he is. With the way lineup construction's going, you're going to have Sharkandrick West at running back, Ezekiel Elliott. Those two are going to be in every single person's lineup. And then if you go cheap at tight end, and even if you just pay up for one wide receiver, you have to go cheap at quarterback.
Well,
which gives you Kaepernick. I think Kaepernick will be 10 to 15% owned, and then you'll see a couple other guys probably around there too, like Andrew Luck will probably be similarly owned.
I think it'll be Rodgers.
Rodgers will probably be around 10%.
I think it'll be Rodgers, and then Luck, and then Kaepernick. But I agree they'll be all similar. Davis, what about you?
Yeah, I see it similarly to you. I'm trying to do whatever I can to get to Rodgers. That's I think I want Rodgers, I want Devontae Adams, I want Ty Montgomery in my lineups this week. People really underestimate how bad the Colts defense are, and they don't really run the ball. You know, they're going to have Ty Montgomery as the primary running back again this week. James Starks is not going to be ready to go, like from what it sounds like, and also sounds like Cobb isn't going to go. So that Devontae Adams, Ty Montgomery, you know, that close to the line of scrimmage passing game is really what they're using as their run game right now. So I'm just locking those guys in cash. Maybe get off Rodgers. Like maybe I will end up playing Kaepernick, kind of depending because I think if Ben's healthy, I think you probably need to play Antonio Brown, but I'll definitely be playing Ty Mont and Adams.
Evan, do we have news on T.Y. Hilton?
Off the injury report, good to go.
Nice. I think that helps Moncrief. So Andrew Luck, like this game could go for over 800 yards passing because neither team has really a ground game. What's your take on just the quarterback options in this Colts versus Packers game?
Me?
Yep.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers, despite having an early season bye, leads the NFC in red zone pass attempts inside the 10-yard line. You know, when they are in scoring position, which they will be frequently against Indianapolis, they are not going to be handing the ball off to a running back. You know, most of the time. There may be, I guess, a play like at the 1 where they might give it to Ty Montgomery or Ripkowski. But
Ripkowski.
I mean, when they are in scoring position, they're going to be throwing the ball. And I mean, I like Mason Crosby because of that as well. I mean, they're just going to live in the red zone. You saw last night how the Falcons were just in the red zone like almost the entire game against Tampa Bay. I think it should be similar against Indianapolis. Vontae Davis is the guy getting all the headlines as to his injury status. But the Colts are going to be without their free safety, Mike Adams, due to a groin injury. I think that might be even a bigger loss. Mike Adams is like their communicator in the secondary. And I mean, they're going to, you know, especially if they don't have Vontae in there, they're going to be trotting out a lot of backups in the secondary. It sets up perfectly for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers offense in general.
All right. As far as the GPP quarterbacks this week, we've already talked about, I mean, for me, it's Cap, Luck, then Rodgers. Like, they're all kind of in the similar range. I think that the mid-range wide receivers kind of set up for more of the higher-priced quarterbacks this week. but I agree that in high stakes, Kaepernick's probably going to be higher owned. As far as the GPP quarterbacks, Tuttle, what are some pivot options, some leverage plays?
I mean, you got to play Breeze.
I like
the
it.
49ers. Got to do it. It's a great matchup. People will still be, despite the matchup, people will still hang their hats on the home and road splits.
Yep.
I think he'll be lower owned than he should be. He's a lock for 300 yards, then probably 2-3 touchdowns as well. So I like him quite a bit.
Sammy,
I don't think I like taking Breeze as much as I like just taking Michael Thomas. Like I can't see myself really being real heavy on Breeze in any format when you can kind of just make some stuff work and take Rodgers or take Luck. Like he was my third guy ranked on both sides when I did my rankings. But yeah, Michael Thomas though.
But we're talking about GPP plays.
Quarterbacks.
And Sammy Reed came on the SiriusXM show this week and was talking about, I think since 2013, Drew Brees' road splits have been a lot better. And these are just two teams that are like top 3 in pace. And so you're going to get a lot of plays out of them and potentially
I just
a lot of
don't
points.
sweat. Like when I'm making GPP lineups, I'm never really consciously sweating the quarterback position that much. Just because the ownership is generally pretty flat with them. Like unlike running back, there's absolutely there would never be a 50% on quarterback. I don't think ever.
That's actually a fair take by Davis Mattek.
All right.
First time on the history of this show.
It's the
first
bucket
time
hat.
ever. He actually has a decent take.
It's the bucket hat. It gives him powers. Silva, what's your take on other GPP quarterbacks?
I mean, I think the best GPP play quarterback is Drew Brees, like Tuttle mentioned. I have a little bit of interest in Ryan Tannehill against the Jets. I mean, the matchup is just good. I think that's, nobody's going to use him because he's Ryan Tannehill. He's cheap. I just think he's in a pretty good spot.
What about Dak Prescott?
Yeah, Dak Prescott, who, I mean, I think that you can play together in lineups with Ezekiel Elliott and not be concerned about that. Leads the NFL in rushing TDs among quarterbacks. He's number 8 in rushing attempts among quarterbacks. Yeah, I mean, and we know how good that the pass defense matchup is for Dak Prescott. So a lot of factors working in his favor. And I mean, if the Browns keep that game close, in a home game against the Cowboys defense that's missing Morris Claiborne and Barry Church, all the better for Dak Prescott. All
right. Well, you've got one other game I'd like to talk about for quarterbacks, and that's Tennessee at San Diego. Two potentials there. If the problem is, like, Delaney Walker slipped in the shower I don't even know how he slipped. How do you slip and injure your groin?
It happens, man.
Time to hang up the cleats, fella.
His penis is so big he tripped on it.
Okay. What'd I tell you about making big penis jokes on the Swolecast?
Sorry.
Only Silva can do that. You've got Delaney Walker, though, potentially out of it. So, who do you pair with Mariota? Do you go Kendall Wright because he's had a few good games, or do you just go naked Mariota? And on the opposite side, I definitely think you could pair your tight end with
Mariota is like one of the quarterbacks, and again, GPP quarterbacks, like these guys just score so similarly, it's not worth sweating a whole bunch. But Mariota is a guy it makes sense to run naked, I think.
Or you could just not play him.
Yeah, I would say just don't play him.
All right.
I would play Sam Bradford over Mariota.
Like straight up points or like price play?
Price play.
I think that Mariota, to an extent, is always in play, but I don't think that this is the week to be on him. I think we can look at Phillip Rivers, though, for sure.
Yeah. I like Rivers more. I think he's like $300 more, $400 more on DraftKings.
And Tutsky, I'll take you up on Mariota versus Bradford points on FanDuel.
Put it on the board.
Put it on the board.
You can't say that.
Yes, we can.
Oh, like Davis.
I haven't listened to that podcast in like 4 years. I wonder if they still do that.
They probably do. It just reminds me when you used the term "crush like a grape" when you first started writing fantasy. All right.
Can we make the lineup now?
Yes, we can. Let's do it.
Can I pick first?
Yes, I think you should pick first because I'm scared of the non-chalk that Davis Mattek is going to put in this lineup. FanDuel lineup, by the way.
FanDuel? We're going FanDuel first? Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
no. I'm sorry. DraftKings. It is DraftKings first. Sorry.
You almost threw me off. All right. My non-chalk wide receiver is T.Y. Hilton. T.Y.?
I'd rather play Juice, and you'll never hear me say that.
Yeah,
Hell no.
Jarvis is the play this week. We can still play him.
T.Y. over Juice straight up.
Well, he costs $500 more.
Oh, man, not that $500.
All right, Davis.
Give me Devontae Adams. Actually, no, give me Montgomery. I like him just a hair better.
Silva.
Who do we have now? Montgomery and
T.Y. Hilton.
Montgomery and Hilton. I will go with Colts. I mean, let's just keep attacking this one. Let's go with Moncrief.
There we go. I'm in on it. Moncrief, right. the mega chalk.
So we have to play luck now.
Yeah, then we have to play luck.
By the way, I just want to say Moncrief being back is terrible for Hilton. I need to get that out on the public record.
Yo, you know what? I don't want that. I want Breeze.
Breeze. So let's take Moncrief off the board.
Yep.
And we got Breeze.
All right. I'm gonna go with the Juice. I'm gonna go with Jarvis Landry. I do like him this week.
So everybody's going to be on Landry, but no one's going to be on Tannehill, huh?
Oh, I like Tannehill.
I like Tannehill.
He was in my article this week.
Good.
5,600 on DraftKings. His numbers, he's 2.5 fantasy points per game better over the course of his career.
And I like Fitzpatrick potentially too as a cheap guy.
Yep. All right, David.
I'm just gonna go Gates.
All right, I'll take Chalkandrick West.
Le'Veon.
Yes. All right, so if we go
Packers
Love
D.
It. Love it. Love the attack Andy Luck strategy.
What do we got here?
I think we need to go.
4,500.
I would rather go Chiefs defense. Pair him with against Blake Bortles.
Chiefs defense is so the thing is, the Chiefs defense is clearly the best play of the week.
Yo, Packers D and Kenny Britt.
I'm good with it.
You're good with Kenny Britt when Coco is 4,500. I'm in love with the Coco. I'm gonna go with Coco. You go with Kenny Britt. You want to give your Kenny Britt hot take right now, Silva?
I mean, I don't. It's real simple. Just perimeter receivers crush the Panthers every game. So who is the Rams' primary perimeter receiver? I think Brian Quick could actually have a good game in this game too. He's got over 50 yards in 4 straight playing time, in steady increase. But yeah, Kenny Britt here.
Let me finish.
We don't play the small guy, or we don't talk about him.
Let me finish this Chiefs defense take. So they're obviously the play, you should be making concessions to get them in cash. But obviously defensive special team scoring it's the most highly variance level of scoring that there is in NFL daily fantasy. So I don't think taking them in tournaments is particularly sharp because they're going to be so owned.
I don't think that they're that great of a play.
Oh, I do.
They've rushed the passer well in one good game, in one game out of 7.
This is the it all falls down game for Bortles. He's going to get benched. They're going to lose by 30 in Arrowhead.
They just got blown out by the Titans.
That won't happen. I mean, the other team has Nick Foles and Charkandrick West.
Yeah, goats.
If you want to go chalky with this lineup, you can go Kaepernick at quarterback instead of Breeze, and then upgrade Kenny Britt to Stephon Diggs. I like Diggs this week. Let's talk about running back, though. Obviously, we don't even have to talk about Charkandrick West, right? He's just the free square, the guy you're going to use. Let's talk about the running back 2 and potentially using a running back as a flex spot. You've got Zeke, who's going to be the chalk. You got the Fantasy Aces ownership numbers that came out. Zeke's around like 50%. And Le'Veon Bell's around like 12%. I think Le'Veon Bell is just as good of a play as Zeke for $500 cheaper on FanDuel, where you can only play 2 of them. Sure, you can play 3 of them on DraftKings, but I think it's like the same thing if you need that $500. I want to get your take on Zeke versus Le'Veon Bell. Tuttle, start with you.
I mean, I'm fine. I think they're comparable plays. I do have Zeke projected slightly higher, but they're comparable. The thing with FanDuel, and it's been this way all year, their salary cap is so soft. I mean, you can play whoever you want anyways, so might as well just play Zeke.
Evan?
Yeah, I mean, I love Le'Veon, and I like that his ownership percentage is going to be low. I'm with you that, I mean, I would say that he has a better total yardage floor than Ezekiel Elliott does, because of his passing game usage. And in the Ravens' last game, they got shredded by Matt Forte. I mean, the Jets were running the ball down the Ravens' throats. I mean, I think the Ravens have a good run defense, but I think that Le'Veon can blow it up.
And it's a $200 price difference. Yeah, it's a $200 price difference on DraftKings, and he's an even better play because of the volume of catches that he gets.
You just play them both on DraftKings.
Yeah, you can play them both. Absolutely. Davis?
Yeah.
I mean, it's Zeke. I don't know. Like, I can't imagine a possible better combination of floor, total touches, defensive matchup. I mean, I just think his worst case scenario here is like 85 rushing yards and a touchdown. Like his touchdown probability when props come out on Sunday morning, he might be like minus 180 or something insane to score a touchdown. Like, I don't know, especially on FanDuel where, and not to say that Bell is a bad play at all. Like, I think Bell is a great play, and I think there's a lot of merit to taking him in tournaments, but in cash games, I will just be taking Ezekiel Elliott.
All right, let's talk about some potential other running backs. You've got Theo Riddick, who's just been crushing it lately, and I think his ownership probably still not going to be that high, and he's just dominating, and yet people still not playing him. He's getting the bulk of the carries. Tuttle, what's your take on Theo?
Yeah, I like him as a guy that kind of has that safe touch floor. I think he's had like 15 touches in 5 straight games or something like that. It's actually a decent matchup individually for him. Obviously, the Vikings defense is really good, but individually, they're not very good against pass-catching running backs. I think like 23rd in DVOA. So it's a good matchup for Theo, and he will probably be 5 to 8 or 9% owned.
Evan?
Yeah, I mean, I like him a lot. The Vikings, well, with the exception of last game, the Vikings have defended the run well this year, but they've given up a ton of production to running backs in the passing game. So I think from that standpoint, I mean, they should be able to rush the passer successfully in this game. The Lions are going to be without Riley Reif, their right tackle, and that should translate to increased checkdowns to Theo Riddick. Mike Tagliere recently referred to Theo Riddick as essentially the Lions version of Ty Montgomery, and that's true. They don't really have an interior running game. They have a short passing game, and Theo Riddick is the focal point of their running game.
All right, Melvin Gordon against this Titans defense. Tuttle, you're the Melvin Gordon truther.
Yeah, for sure. He's got a nice price tag on DraftKings. I mean, I like him quite a bit as a GPP option on DraftKings. I think in cash games, it's going to be hard for me to get off the chalk trio of West, Bell, and Elliott. But as kind of a GPP pivot, I do like Gordon quite a bit. And I think Devontae Booker for only $100 more is also in play as well.
Yeah, and Booker's even cheaper than Melvin Gordon on FanDuel. He's $800 cheaper. Your take on Booker, Davis, as far as, are you okay with him being hurt with the shoulder injury and getting all those touches against Oakland?
I mean, if you want to talk some hashtag game theory, the fact that he jumped so much in price in 1 week is definitely going to lead to decreased ownership. Like if he would have jumped to like 5,400 or something, I think he would have, people would have been back on him for cash games. But with that really severe price jump, I don't think people will be as much. What really grosses me out though is that I really like Melvin Gordon this week.
Ooh.
And he sucks so bad, but like I did a podcast earlier this week with Levitan, and he was just like, do you know how absurdly hard it is for him to not get to 20 on DraftKings? And it is. It's just so hard for him not to get there with how much he plays. And it's the worst. It's the worst because no one likes watching this guy play football. He's just, he's skinny Trent Richardson.
I'm not sure about skinny Trent Richardson. But he is getting a ton of volume. He's getting all of his value from touchdowns. It's just insane.
Yeah, he plays in the passing game too.
Silva, your take on other running backs, potential running backs?
I think that, and I would not play him on FanDuel probably, but I think that Dewan Harris would become a little bit interesting at 3,000 on DraftKings if Carlos Hyde is declared inactive. And I think it's kind of trending in that direction. Other running backs, I mean, I think we've pretty much covered them all.
What about Jay Ajayi? No one's really talked about him this week.
How about Hightower, guys?
Mark Ingram. Soccer Dave's boy. I think that Mark Ingram is an awesome play this week.
No, Silva, don't do that. Don't do that to me. It's like anti Silva insurance. Don't do that. You're giving validity to number one dynasty fantasy football earnings guy.
Oh, God.
He has zero touchdown equity.
All in on Mark Ingram this week.
Stop. No, if you guys pick
narrative.
Mark Ingram in the FanDuel lineup, I will legit just end the stream right then and there.
I think heading into last week, he had 3 touchdowns in his past 4 games.
He has 1 rushing touchdown on the season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to suddenly go away from him.
Davis, I need you to back me up because you're on record saying that he sucks. And just because Silva said what he did, I don't want you to be scared to give your take again.
You want me to back you up here?
Yeah, I want you to back me up.
No, I'll back you up. I mean, this isn't the first time that the Saints have just randomly gone away from Mark Ingram. It's not like this is something that Sean Payton has never done before. He's given Hightower, he's given Chris Ivory, he's given. I mean, I'm not even going to be able to come up with all the names of guys.
Travaris Cadet, Kobe Fleener, John Kuhn.
I'm talking over the course of his career.
They look for CJ Spiller. They look for every excuse.
I don't get the Kobe Fleener mention. That was like a classic soccer
David is reaching because this guy has him so flustered on Twitter.
Full tilt.
But I will absolutely say this is the nut matchup. And if I was trying to leverage the situation in tournaments, I would go with Hightower instead of Ingram. I think we have enough coach speak that both of them will probably get carries. I would assume that neither is going to be particularly owned. But I tend to be a sort of what have you done for me recently type daily fantasy player. And Ingram is coming off 23 carries for 100 something yards. And
Hightower.
It's the 49ers. So both of them have upside in this matchup. But if I was taking one of them in tournament line of construction, I would take Hightower.
Both could legitimately hit value.
Yep. I agree.
I cannot believe that Silva's doing that just to troll me.
I'm totally just gonna pile in.
Yeah, just to troll me because I did play a little bit of Ingram in cash in a hedge lineup against. I think it was against. I don't know if it was against Carolina or not. Maybe San Diego, but Kobe Fleener definitely had 2 carries and that touchdown. So they just look for every.
Oh yeah, they had the. Okay.
They look for every possibility not to play him. All right, enough about. I've spent enough this week talking about Mark Ingram. If he He's going to go for like 2 or 3 touchdowns, and I'm just going to get trolled hardcore.
They're not going to go away from him, man, and they're playing the worst run defense in the league.
It's a get well spot. It's a confidence boosting spot for him
until he fumbles.
Dave, I'm pulling for you, man. You know, I love you, but
this guy came at you. This guy came at you earlier this season.
This guy that David.
I don't care about the guy. I care about Mark Ingram being a good play against the 49ers.
Screw you, Silva. All right, sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Let's move on. Let's move on to running.
We're good.
Let's move on to wide receiver. You got Moncrief. He's chalky. You've got Michael Thomas as long as he's healthy. Have we figured out if it's his health?
If it's an illness or an ankle, who knows?
Yeah, like it seems kind of fishy. Seems like they're covering something up, Silva. What's the official take on Michael Thomas today in practice?
Man, I was tilting today big time, man. Like he's an awesome play. I mean, he's such a good play. Like I just hope that he's healthy. I don't know what to say. You know, I DM'd one of their beat writers, and he was like, nothing to worry about. He's got a stomach illness or stomach. He's got like a stomach bug. He just went inside during practice and missed a portion, and then he shows up with an ankle. So I don't.
Yeah, this is fish.
Well, rest assured, Ian Rappaport will update us at 3:00 in the morning.
No, they're doing Saturday night now. It's before midnight Central Time. Rappaport and Shefty going back and forth with breaking news.
Shefty got the West scoopage before Rap Sheet this week.
Which means that Ware might play on Sunday. Let's talk about some other options. Again, the mid-tier, Dante Moncrief is going to be chalk.
On DraftKings, that's where it's all chalk. Mid-tier is all chalk. On
Moncrief,
Dante Moncrief, Devontae Adams,
Diggs,
Montgomery, Michael Thomas.
Is Diggs chalky?
No,
he's borderline chalk.
I want to play him big time.
Though.
I want to play him big time.
I'm playing Diggs.
What does Pat Shurmur have to do with this offense, Evan? Anything? The new offensive coordinator for the Vikings? No.
I don't know.
Do you think they'll give Diggs the ball?
I mean, we could talk about all the stops that Pat Shurmur has been throughout his coaching career, but I don't think that's going to help us predict what's going to go on Sunday. I mean, how much can you really change on a short week?
It's true.
Pat Shurmur always throws to the tight end and throws like 4-yard outs. It's not a good offense.
Is McKinnon going to play this week?
Yeah.
He is?
Yeah, he practiced last 2 days.
Nice.
Should be good to go.
Well, because you almost like Diggs a little bit more if Asiata plays, McKinnon doesn't, because he just cannot run the ball, and they're forced to throw. But what's your take on Diggs, Silva?
He's a good play. I mean, he's not my favorite play, but I think he's a good play.
All right. What about Antonio Brown, Dan?
It's going to depend on if Big Ben's playing or not. I think he's still questionable.
He's playing.
I don't know.
When has Big Ben not played? He's playing.
I mean, if he plays, obviously, then Antonio Brown's a great play. We're looking at his lowest price point on the year. Well, I don't know about the whole year. Yeah. Lowest price point on the year at DraftKings at $8,900. I think you try to force him into your lineup if Big Ben is active.
Give us your take on the Packers wide receiver situation, because you're the cheesehead.
Yeah, I think it's Ty Montgomery week, especially if Randall Cobb's out. I think that helps him quite a bit. It sounds like they obviously cut Davis. It looks like Montgomery is going to go back into that.
They did cut Trevor Davis. Let's go.
Niles Davis.
Janison tournament.
Niall Davis.
Oh.
So
you got so excited for Jeff Janis. That's how bad Janis has been, Davis, when you're getting excited.
I don't want to hear it. Don't make me swear
that's
on
this. That's how bad.
Don't make me swear
That's
on
how bad Jeff Janis has been.
No. I don't want to hear it from. He played 94% of the snaps. If Cobb is out again, he is a legitimate tournament play. 100%.
I do want to hear Silva's take on if they're going to go 5 wide again. Do you think they're going to go 5 wide?
So it makes a lot of sense because the Colts are short-handed in the secondary. So what you should want to do is get more of their backup defensive backs on the field, right?
Yep.
So it would make a lot of sense, but the Packers don't always do things that make a lot of sense, you know? So, so I don't know, but it would make a lot of sense.
I mean, I'll tell you this. They don't want to run the ball at all. That is a definitive fact. They just do not care about running the ball.
No, I think that eventually they will want to run the ball, but because like that's how Mike McCarthy is. But I think that right now they have to make do without a running game. And we don't even have to worry about, all of a sudden the running game is going to pop up on Sunday. I don't think that we have to worry about that.
They're literally running zero RB as an offense. They've taken zero RB to like new heights. I love it. I don't love that Trevor Davis and Geronimo Allison had
Geronimo.
I mean, Janis should have had 20 in that game. It was egregious that he didn't.
We call him Drip Drip Geronimo here on the Fantasy Insider Show.
You know who I think is interesting at wide receiver on FanDuel? His price has just plummeted. I mean, for obvious reasons, but is Allen Robinson strictly from a usage standpoint? I mean, he's still getting 1 million targets, still dominates targets in the red zone with the Jaguars as 7-point dogs at Arrowhead. It looks like it should be a pass-happy game script. No one's going to play Allen Robinson, even though his salary is super, super low. And, I mean, just from a usage standpoint, he is a good bet for a touchdown.
All right. I'm going to give you some options. You tell me who you like out of this group. Emmanuel Sanders, Allen Robinson, Terrell Pryor, because Des Bryant's 7,800. Out of that group, or Stephon Diggs, because they're all kind of in the same range. Is it Allen Robinson over the others?
No,
any Des Bryant or Terrell Pryor hot takes?
I mean, I think they're all pretty. None of them are bad plays, but I think that Allen Robinson will be the lowest owned, and I think I don't know. I wouldn't say that. Well, I would say that he has the highest touchdown upside in that group. I don't know. It's tough to say that against Terrell Pryor, but I think that he's got, maybe the best shot at a touchdown out of that group.
I've played Robinson so much this year that I'm just committed. I have to.
You're committed. You're not like finally off of him.
No, I just gotta keep because it's gonna be a big week here soon. Like with that volume, you have to be like. He's not that bad, and Bortles isn't that bad.
Yes, he is.
Bortles is that bad.
Bortles is that
they're
bad.
not to go over 16. So I'm gonna get 1 out of 16 weeks, then I'll be good to go.
Yeah. Have you heard the phrase cutting your losses?
Nope, not gonna happen.
Stopping while you're ahead.
I haven't played A-Rob yet this year, and I don't plan on changing that this week.
Cool story, bro.
I haven't played him very much either, but I think if you want to jump on him, like now is the time to jump on him with his price super low. And for people that like the cornerback matchups, he runs most of his routes on the other side of Marcus Peters, who never moves.
My A-Rob and Mark Ingram teams are gonna be so lit.
Stop.
You make so much money.
Actually, I really don't hate A-Rob for a GPP team. Davis, on DraftKings, you're the DraftKings aficionado. Tell us about some like sub 4K guys that you are thinking about looking at, especially if you're going heavy at the other spots.
I mean,
You're not?
Yeah, I don't think there are a ton of guys you want here. I think Stills could be interesting just because Revis has completely given up. Like there was that Vine last week of Terrell Pryor running the route where Revis was just watching him and waiting for someone else to
Revis is going to shadow Landry, and Landry's going to take him to the house.
Would be that's not happening. So Stills would be the one who would run the deep routes against Revis, which is where he's been burnt. Rashard Matthews with Andre Johnson retiring, he's seen an uptick in snaps played the last 2 weeks. I think he would. I mentioned Tyreek Hill earlier in the show, or he got mentioned. He had 6 targets last week. Not that I think that's repeatable, but I do think he'll get a couple rush attempts in this game with no Spencer Ware. Like, they only have one running back, and they signed Bishop Sankey. So yeah, they only have one running back in this game.
From our buddy Adam Levitan. Speculation that Darrelle Revis will shadow Jarvis Landry, even in the slot. Time for Jarvis to take the dog for a walk. Davis, your thoughts about that?
I don't know if I could short that prediction somehow.
Okay, just say it. Just say Levitan's a donkey and let's be done with it.
I don't think Levitan's a donkey.
You
I
just
think
said
the team
it.
Might even talk that, but
No,
I think
he's just passing along information that he gets from beat writers or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I think that will be empty speculation. And if he does shadow him, he'll get so tired from having to like continually move across the field that after like, a quarter and a half, he's just going to be like, all right, just let me go get burnt by Kenny Stills and then, go back to bed.
I don't know. I think Levitan's smart. So,
Dude, I have a really nasty one.
Levitan is super smart, but he just passes along nuggets,
Yeah.
It's just a nugget.
he's not just a nugget passer. Don't say that,
He's
Silva.
just nugget
Dude.
passing nuggets.
He passed along something that he read on ESPN Insider.
Right. And I said that it could
That-
happen.
That's a nugget.
I said it could happen, and Davis gave me the gnaw wave.
Dude, can I want to talk about this guy.
It's time for Tuttle's terrible take.
It's kind of, I don't want to like sign off on this one, but I think it's funny because it reminds me of our old friend Dave Lochran, because he always tweets about this guy potentially be coming to Philadelphia, Torrey Smith, and he thinks it's gonna like correct the Eagles offense. And I think it's hilarious because Torrey Smith is terrible. But I think if you're playing 149 Niners receiver this week, it is Torrey Smith. And he's got an outside chance for like a, I don't know.
I'll say this. I'm not going to dignify that with a response, but I will say that on my tournament teams this week, I will definitely, like, assuming Cobb is out, I'm definitely playing Janis on at least 10% of those teams, assuming Cobb doesn't play.
Torrey Smith is going to 10x Janis's output this
big
week.
shock. He's going to Infinity X because Janis is going to go catchless.
It's not hard to 10x 0.
Yeah, he's going to go catchless. All right.
Two other receivers. Can I name 2 more?
Yeah, then I got a question for you after that.
Okay. Brandon Marshall has burned us before, but he's an awesome play against Miami. And Kelvin Benjamin against the Rams is an awesome play as well. And I think that both those guys will be super low owned. They're big with, high touchdown chances.
If you have to go cheap, there's a guy that's 3,100 against the Titans with the other receivers banged up, especially if any of these guys miss. It's Mr. Dontrell Inman. He got 13 targets week 7, 11 targets week 8, and he might be just like the only option. Played 88%.
Or he just got 13 targets combined in those 2 weeks.
No, I don't think.
He had 7 targets last week, but it is true that he is an interesting guy this week.
I was reading the wrong page. I pulled a Mattek. Pulled a Davey.
You Davied that one.
All right. But yes, he has been getting the targets. He might be the only guy at 3,100. He's the only one I really like under 4K. All right, so let's move
Chris
on.
Conley.
Inman primarily plays in the slot, where Alan Hearns had a huge game against the Titans on Thursday Night Football. I mean, it all came in garbage time, obviously. But I agree that Inman is an interesting dude this week, especially if one of those dudes miss.
All right, let's. Should we make the FanDuel team now?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Oh, should we even dignify the people that have been asking about playing Johnny Holton all week?
Oh, yeah. I did want to bring that up. That's the other question. Do you take a 0 to get everybody else? I say no.
It's not even a debate. No. I mean, if we weren't talking about a site that has like the softest pricing ever, then you could maybe potentially consider it. But you can play anyone you want anyways. Why would you just take a 0 at a spot?
To quote Davis Mattek, if you're planning on playing him in your lineup, take my head-to-heads.
Yep.
Take him.
Take them all.
What did you call the lineup with the 0 in it, Silva? Was it the hammer or the? What'd you call it? The tank?
Oh yeah, I can't remember.
You so remember it. You so
No,
remember it.
If I remembered it, I'd say it. I don't.
All right, let's pick a quarterback. Or pick a team on FanDuel. Silva, start with you.
Oh man. I mean, I want to take Breeze again.
No,
He loves him.
we already took him. Don't do that to the people.
I'll in on Drew Brees.
Isn't he such an awesome GPP play though?
He is. I mean, especially since Davis says he's not considering him.
Yeah.
That like makes
I didn't say
that's like an absolute lie.
You did, and you came on the
you
Sirius
did.
XM
You
show
did. You're
and
like-
said you did not consider him either because he's on the road. I don't know why you would play him on the road.
I don't know. Maybe because his opponent is giving up 37 points per game over the last 6 games,
you just got to go all in on Mark Ingram.
and allows the second most plays per game in the NFL, and the Saints run the first most plays in the NFL.
Can't play him. He's on the road.
Can we go naked cap? Can we do that?
I mean,
in the-
are we fading? Listen, are we fading the Warriors-Lakers game tonight too?
I mean, I probably am.
yeah.
All right, we're going Breeze.
No. Okay, we'll play the Warriors Lakers. We'll play the Warriors Lakers if that means no Breeze.
No, I like Breeze. I like the Breeze take.
I know, but we already did a
Come on,
Breeze
we
lineup.
got
All right, we're
plenty-
taking Breeze, and I'm taking Michael Thomas. David, it's your pick.
Bing bang boom.
All right, I'm gonna take Devonta Booker. You know I like the primetime games. He's 7K. Let's do like a non-shark chalk Kendrick West team.
Oh goodness, we got some porn bot spamming our chat right now. It's pretty hot.
And you can play Breeze and Ingram in the same lineup.
Yes, 100%. I'm completely distracted about the come watch me shower live 24/7.
What?
That's going on in our chat right now. Come, of course, is spelled C.
No, stop. We gotta go. I got lineups to make. We gotta go.
Okay, I'm going Antonio Brown.
I like it. Davis?
I took Michael Thomas already. So
Oh
it's
yeah.
your pick.
So Silva, you're up.
Yeah, we're back to Silva.
Oh, shoot, we can't put Gates in all the lineups, can we?
No. Play Olsen.
No.
Yeah, play Olsen.
No.
Yeah, Olsen.
I mean, how about we just take like the slam dunk play and we play Kyle Rudolph?
gross.
Too easy.
Yeah.
Jack Doyle.
Oh, Silva.
What is that bad?
We're going
That's a good play.
Jack Doyle.
All right. Let's not do him, man. I don't want to make you guys mad. Let's go Barn Goat. No.
I like Barnage a lot. With Mo Claiborne and Barry Church out, he's a play.
I like how there's all these quarterbacks, but you zeroed in on Drew Brees for both lineups, but yet you can't go Antonio Gates in both lineups.
All right, let's go Gates. We're going Gates.
Davis?
Okay, I'll just take West.
No, let's do a non-Westy lineup.
No, I'm telling you, he is the best play. Like, I don't give a shit about game theory. Like, he's the best play.
But there's only two spots. Even if he's the best play.
Okay, so we went non-chalky on one of the spots. We have Breeze, who won't be chalk. Like, we have Antonio Brown, who I don't have a sense of if he's chalk yet or not. But
Here's the one piece of game theory, though. I agree with you. You know I'm always chalky. The one piece of game theory, though, is exactly what happened
to Booker?
potentially on
All
Sunday.
right, well, guess what? I don't play enough entry. I don't play 150 entries a week, so I don't care.
I know.
Like, if you get a bottom 5% outcome, you're gonna lose anyways.
Well, guess what? I mean, you can still have chalk in your lineup and then have low-owned guys in the same lineup. I mean, not every guy has to be low-owned.
Right, but I'm talking about he's going to be the chalkiest.
He's gonna be the
but-
chalkiest.
All right, so take your 26 FanDuel points and just go buy yourself like a
Is
Starbucks.
that his floor? Is this the Johnny Manziel
Did we
floor
just
game?
get a 26 FanDuel point prediction for?
I am outrageously high on West this
All right,
week.
give us his stat line. Davis, give us his stat line.
Yeah, give us a stat line. Dude.
22 carries, 132 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Oh my goodness.
130. That's
Booker's
that's
going to be
25
really
points,
low
yeah.
owned. So if Booker goes off on Sunday night, we got a shot. Okay. So we have a low owned guy in here.
All right.
So the thing though here,
I don't even think Thomas will be chalk either.
the thing that we have going on here though is if we go Chuck, Kendrick, then I mean we're just going to be leaving a lot of salary.
You're going to have to go Odell Beckham, basically.
I mean, we don't have to spend salary, but
Let's run Odell Beckham, dude. I mean, that's a good play.
all right, Odell.
All right, we'll go Odell, and then you basically
Chiefs D.
You basically can play Chiefs D at 5,100, then you have 4,800 left over for a kicker. Tuttle, you pick the
Can we
kicker.
get Cairo?
Yes,
And
I get to pick the kicker.
And I know it's got to be somebody like you. It's your brand. You got to do it.
It's got to be
Brandon,
Cairo.
No, Brandon McManus.
It's
is my brand.
McManus in the primetime game.
Yeah, he's my
No.
brand.
Gives
No,
us 2
I
spots.
wanted to get it lit. Onslaught.
Brandon McManus is my brand.
The kicker onslaught.
Kicker defense onslaught.
Oh man, that
All right, tight end, really quick. Tight end. I like Greg Olsen in FanDuel cash games. Even with even with Antonio Gates, I think he's in a good spot against the Rams. And as we're seeing right now, you have money to spend in FanDuel because of how soft their pricing is, and Michael Thomas. But obviously you got Gates.
Let's hope Michael Thomas plays, man.
Right. Let's hope. We're gonna know Saturday night if he's gonna play or not.
I mean, to be honest, people are going to take a 0 from Holton. We're going to take a 0 from West, but Brandon McManus is going to vault us to the top.
Yeah.
I'm playing Cairo.
Oh, come on. Don't do this.
Silva's an ultimate.
I'm playing Cairo too.
No,
It's
Silva's
lit.
an ultimate.
Cairo, it's lit.
Cairo is not.
Okay. All right. Fine. I'll play Cairo too.
Oh my god.
I'm on the record.
You know what's
saying
gonna happen? I'm gonna play this
35.
lineup in the Millie Maker, and I'm gonna win the Millie Maker, and you guys are gonna.
We're gonna have Cairo, and
and you're gonna have Cairo and just lose everything.
Cairo for 20. They're gonna score 20 touchdowns. He's gonna have 20 extra points.
All right. Tight end. Like, if you're not taking Gates on draft, like, I know what I'm going to do on FanDuel. You got 2 options at least if you're going to hedge. Rudolph's not really in the conversation for me on FanDuel, but he is on DK.
Opposite.
Is opposite for you?
I think it's opposite for you too.
Yeah, I think that
he's in play on
the number
FanDuel.
1 play on FanDuel.
Yeah,
At tight end.
and not on DraftKings.
Rudolph just does not do it for me.
I mean, it's the Detroit Lions against tight ends.
I know. They've been historically bad.
That's all it is.
People won money playing CJ Fedorowicz against the Lions last week.
Right.
And
CJ Fedora Godowitz.
I played him, and he would have been even better if he hadn't gotten hurt.
I played dumb Barnkowski.
Yeah, I played Dumb Bartkowski too in the majority of the lineups. That was a bad. I mean, this is a forward-thinking show, so
He had
maybe
a 32-yard catch on the first play of the game. and
I know. I thought it was gonna be so lit.
I was like, oh, I'm rich. It's the Barnkowski.
It's lit.
What about Eric Ebron though as a potential GPP play on DK at 3,100? No,
Nah.
getting
I
the
think
nah
you just
wave.
take Olsen in tournaments, right? Gets you on a different lineup construction than the chalk.
Yeah, I like Olsen a lot this week.
Is there a $2,500 tight end you can play on DraftKings?
Austin
Dick
Hooper.
Rogers, mate.
Austin
even know how
Hooper,
much
but he
he
already
costs.
played.
That's the thing though. If Packers go 5 wide, you can't play Richard Rodgers.
Gotta
Lance
play Ripkowski.
Lance
I think
Kendricks.
ASJ is going to be active this week. He was like the only $2,500 tight end I could find that was potentially actually like could catch a ball or two.
Oh, Lance Kendricks, actually.
I just
would
said
be-
that.
Yeah.
Ooh, Josh Hill.
No, Lance Kendricks. He has a combined
Josh
17
Hill?
targets the past 2 games.
Josh Hill, Saints onslaught. Josh Hill.
Yep, Saints on
He's
slot.
going to get a rushing touchdown.
Yes, it'd be amazing if there was a 6th running back that got a touchdown, having more rushing touchdowns than Mark Ingram. All right. That will do it for the show. Closing thoughts, guys.
I would say don't play Johnny Holton. Don't
Silva.
play Johnny Holton.
Silva, you're
Yeah.
muted.
Although people were showing me their lineups from last night where they played Johnny Holton and they had Julio and Mike Evans. And I mean, they got Rodgers left. They got, Zeke and Le'Veon.
Yeah, it's going to work okay. It's going to work okay for Thursday night games because of that outcome.
But those were the expensive guys too.
Right.
I mean,
There's
you
less
had
of those.
2 expensive wide receivers that you were playing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not saying it's like the best way to go about things, but I mean, it'll be interesting to see the best scores with Holton in the lineup.
Silva, do you like tailor your takes for each show that you're on? Like, have you been on a show this week where you recommended taking a 0 in a lineup?
I don't think so.
Okay. Just want to know.
I know that like the show that I do on Wednesday with Pat, like my takes definitely change from then to now for sure.
Because we talk sense into you.
Yeah, because we have all day and all night to talk sense into you. All right. Special thanks to Evan Silva. You can reach him on Twitter at Evan Silva. You can reach his matchups column on rotoworld.com and pretty much any site that you go to. Just do a Google search for Evan Silva, and you can find 8 of his shows per week. So shout out to him. Thanks for joining us. Also, Dan Gaspar from Mr. 05, and the Gilligan of the Swolecast, Davis Mattek. Davis, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week, week 10 on the Swolecast, sponsored by Harry's, promo code SWOLE, and fantasyinsiders.com. Later.